Hello everyone, AJ Legend here back with another review, and this is going to be the start of my journey through the Star Wars films. Giving you my opinions on something that I loved as a kid, from episode 1 all the way to episode 7. Let's waste no time, let's get started, as I'm going to be going in movie order. I'm going to be going in chronological order, which means I'll be going from 1 to 7, including Rogue One. Anyway, let's kick it off with the first of the prequels, The Phantom Menace. And I'm going to take a pros and cons approach to this movie and try to be fair to it, because we all know that The Phantom Menace is not the most liked movie, and it's good reason why. Pros. Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn is pretty cool. Aaron McGregor as Obi-Wan Kenobi is pretty cool. Though in this one it's a little bit more, he comes across more as like, I don't know, he just comes across a little flat in this one, but overall, not bad. Darth Maul is pretty badass. Ian McDermott, who played the Emperor in Part 5, plays Senator Palpatine, is also pretty good, though he doesn't have a whole lot of scenes. But, just him being there as the connective tissue from the original trilogy to the prequel trilogy is pretty cool. The fight scene between Darth Maul against Qui-Gon and Obi-Wan is amazing. Awesome. And maybe you get a couple of cool, space battles, which are pretty cool. The one at the end is pretty cool, and the infamous and the now famous pod race sequence is also pretty cool. Though you could have taken a couple of minutes off, and maybe it did run a little too long. But those are my positives. On to the negatives. While Qui-Gon Jinn was pretty cool, he ended up being completely, I don't know, I guess you could say, wasted. Because aside from discovering Anakin, he doesn't really do much except get killed at the end. That's a big strike, because Qui-Gon, you could have kept Qui-Gon in there for the rest of the prequels, but he dies off pretty much at the end of the movie, which sucks. The CGI in this movie is very, very, very dated, and they really are, those PlayStation 2 graphics that it's often accused of being. George Lucas's writing in this movie is abysmal. It's cheesy. It's it's almost cringeworthy with a lot of lines. The relationship building between Anakin Skywalker and Padme is weird and creepy, because in the movie he's a little kid and Padme is like a teenager, and the whole love thing that's growing between those two is really like, ugh. And the dialogue between the two is just, ugh. So yeah, Lucas can't write romance to save his life, and his romantic banter between the two is just dodgy, it's shaky, it's weird, and it just doesn't work for me. His directing is kind of blasé. It's just there, it's standard. It's nothing spectacular, nothing to go all hoop and hooray for, which is disappointment, because he directed the very first Star Wars so well. But we'll get to that when we get to that. Right now we're focusing on episode 1, and of course you get Jar Jar Binks, and yes, Jar Jar Binks is he ain't the main problem in this movie, but he definitely is a problem in the movie, because he's just a completely annoying character. He serves no purpose. He's clearly in there for kids and merchandising, and of course, the unpopularity of Jar Jar Binks clearly showed once this movie was released, because once you get to episodes 2 and 3, he's completely non-existent. And yeah. Jar Jar was these were dark times for Star Wars when they were when they were doing the prequel phases. So it was very dodgy, very shaky, and and Jake Lloyd as Anakin Skywalker wasn't all that great either. He was just bland, boring, not interesting at all. For years, everyone wanted to know the history of Darth Vader. Like, what happened to Darth Vader? How did Anakin Skywalker become Darth Vader? What were the events that led to him becoming Darth Vader? And the whole thing where like he wins the pod race. The whole thing of Vader as a slave, and his mother being the one giving birth to him without a father. You're clearly presenting Anakin Skywalker as pretty much the fucking Jesus Christ of Star Wars, which is typical, I guess you could say. Very typical because Superman is portrayed like a Christ figure, and now we're presenting Darth Vader as a Christ figure, and it's just dumb. I don't like it at all. There's so many different directions you could have done with this, but you went in the direction that was just lazy to me. Where you went to that Christ figure route, and the whole losing and not all that crap, and it just doesn't work for me. I didn't like it at all in this movie. I thought it was like very shakily done, very dodgily done, and it just doesn't work at all. So yeah, Phantom Menace is not really a favorite of mine. I don't like the Phantom Menace. I remember when I first saw the Phantom Menace, I was hyped to see it. And I did like it when I first saw it. Then as I got older and watched it some more, and actually developed some critical thinking skills, and actually analyzed it, I'm like, this movie is riddled with problems. It is not good. It is bad. So, as a final conclusion, I'm gonna give episode 1. I'll give it a 4 out of 10 because it does. I'll give it a 4 out of 10. The positives are still good. I still get enjoyment if I just focus on those positives. But the negatives greatly affect the grade because those negatives could be easily corrected. But of course, it wasn't meant to be. Well, that's my view on the Phantom Menace. Like, comment, subscribe, and I will see you again next time when we get to episode 2. Until then, take care, guys.